Good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. So this morning after meditation, I was just really thinking about my journey, about how I get to where I'm at today. And anyone watching me for a while, I just want to say, first of all, I love and appreciate each and every single one of you every time for tuning in. Good morning, Daryl. I really do hope that every time you tune in, you're getting some value, you're feeling some inspiration, feeling like you are making a commitment to do something different about your life. But here's the thing, right? So many of you listening may be not truly fully, you can say that you're happy or you're fulfilled or you're truly living the life that you really want to. For me personally, I can 100% wholeheartedly confess and admit that today, if this moment is my last moment on this planet, I am 100% okay with that, because I feel like I have fully lived every single second, just really living to its fullest. I have been every day, I just really, I'm here in this moment and I'm using the gifts that I've been blessed with to make a difference. And if right now is my time to go, I can truly say that I'm satisfied and I can go, right? And this is not to say I want my time to end. This is not what I'm saying at all, right? But to be able to make that statement is to mean that you are truly living the life that you want every moment right now. And happiness and fulfillment is not something 6 months from now, 2 years from now, when I retire. It's not in the future, right? Happiness and fulfillment, it's only right here and right now. And because of that, I'm able to say I'm not afraid of dying, but that's not the topic of today. So one of the biggest lie that we've been told growing up, all of us have been told this, is that we are not supposed to feel good unless we achieve the money, achieve the good job, get the relationship, get the big house, get the nice car, get the nice 401k savings. We are not supposed to feel good unless we get all those things, right? Feeling good. But the reality is, it's the other way around. You're supposed to feel good now, first, here, right here and right now, before anything good can come into your life. That's one of the biggest lie that we've been told. So what do they tell us instead, right? So we're not supposed to feel good unless we get the good grades, get the good job, go to the college, get the promotion, get the relationship. We're not supposed to feel good unless we have those things. So growing up, they really prepped you from very beginning. In the school system, they put you through decades of your life into this funnel where you're supposed to listen to authority. You're supposed to listen to the person in charge, which in that case is your teacher. And guys, I'm not saying that teachers don't have good intentions in their hearts. I'm not saying that at all. I'm talking about the overall structure of the systems that were put into place, that really what their intention is to train and condition little kids from a very early age on that they need to listen to authority. You're supposed to comply. You're supposed to follow the rules. You're supposed to do what others tell you to do. And if you don't do that, you're going to receive negative consequence. The teacher won't like you. You're going to get timed out. You're going to get whatever, right? So we just have not been taught to follow our heart, follow what feels good, which is the key to everything that's good that can come into your life. So from a very early age on, you've been disempowered. You've been taught to you have to follow what your parents want you to do, what the teachers want you to do. And now at this time, it's so obvious now for so many of us. We are still so conditioned to listen to authority, right? What the news tell you, what the authorities in power are telling you, what's happening right now. We don't have independent thinking power. And I was reading, let me see if I can grab, again, I was reading this morning, The Untethered Soul, highly recommended, guys, by Miko. And one passage from one of the chapter really stood out to me, and I was just like, oh my God, that's exactly what's happening right now. Is that, so basically what Miko mentioned is that imagine, right, we all been to the movies. Right now, unfortunately, we can't go to the movies, right? But so we are all stuck in a movie that's being played and directed by someone else who have a different agenda right now. Most of us, at least. So we go to the movies and our attention and our focus is completely absorbed into what's playing on the screen, right? Like the movie characters, like what's happening in the scene, like our attention and our focus is completely immersed into like whatever the movie is showing us. And we kind of just completely, sometimes you get so caught up in what the movie is showing you that you completely kind of like forget that you're sitting in the movie theater, that you have strangers around you, you're in this cold, dark room. You don't think about that, right? Because you're so into the movie. All your senses, all your five senses, your emotions sometimes, your thoughts are completely looking at the screen. And that's exactly what's happening right now. There are like this illusion that's happening, that's got all of our thoughts and our attention, all of our focus, that we are so laser focused at looking at what's being displayed by the mainstream media, by the news, by social media, that we have forgotten to use our mind to think independently. Have you ever taken a moment and step back and be like, wait a second, that doesn't feel right with my soul? But again, we haven't been taught how to listen to our heart, listen to our soul from a very early age on. So now we don't know what's truly like, what truly feels right, what truly doesn't feel right. We don't know that because we haven't been taught, we haven't been given the opportunity to do so. So now we have this group of people, super conditioned, super trained to listen to authority, to listen to what others tell them they should think or feel or act or be. And now there's this other group of people like me, who's been on my journey of like thinking independently and tuning in to my soul, tuning into my heart, which knows everything. Like your soul and your heart knows everything that is beyond this physical like dimension, right? I've been on this journey for 3 years, and like there are just something that like that's your intuition, right? Your intuition is your communication with God, with divine, with something beyond this physical body. And like we just look at life differently, that's all I'm saying. But in order for you to break out of this prison that you're in right now, this limited way of being, this limited way of thinking, this limited way of acting, like you are just so limited in one way of living your life, which is go to school, get good grades, get a good job, get a husband or a wife, have kids, go to get a house, get a car, and then retire, right? Does that sound familiar with any of you? That's the path that society has conditioned and trained us all to go down to. And we are just going to be employees and follow the path and never to pursue your dream, because you're not supposed to feel good. You're not supposed to have fun. You're not supposed to do the things that makes you happy. And you're supposed to struggle. Like that is the biggest lie that we've been taught and conditioned. And it's time to snap out of that. Like it's time for you, each and every single one of you, to reclaim your power, right? Like all these amazing people out there you see that are living the good life, having the mansion, having the car, they are all equally accessible to each and every single one of you. The only difference is that some of us have broken free from all of this illusion, all of these lies, all of these limited beliefs that were built into us. Like me, like I have seen through that. I've seen through the system 3 years ago when I decided like, heck to the no, I'm not going to spend 40 to 50, 60 years of my life working at a job that I don't love, only to retire then and enjoy life. I always knew that life is right here and right now. I'm not gonna waste, like it just didn't make any sense to me that like I'm in my 20s, like I'm full of energy. Like why do I need to be stuck at a job to be a robot, show up every single day and just dying inside, get the paycheck and get a house that I don't actually even live in because because I'm spending all my time working. Like, and none of that made any sense to me, right? Like, why am I saving for 401k only to enjoy life later, which later never comes? Like, so like I've seen through the system, right? There's a group of people, like the only difference between me and someone who is still stuck in their smallness, stuck in the prison of their mind, is that they are still living in the lie. They're still believing what society has conditioned them to believe in. And I don't blame you guys. Like, I don't blame you at all, because like we've just been so conditioned, we're so bought into this movie that they're playing, that you completely forgot who you truly are. Like, you just completely forgotten like your power. So first step is awareness. Like, now if you're listening to this, if something is really touching your soul, it's like resonating because your soul is picking up on the things I'm saying, I would just say, question everything. That's how I broke out of my prison, right? That's how I broke out of this like funnel that I was gonna go down. The get a job, get the benefits, get a retirement plan. That was like, I broke out of that just by simply asking why. Why can I not have the amazing lifestyle that others are having? Why am I less worthy? Why am I less capable than others who are living their dreams, living, the freedom lifestyle where they can travel and work from home? Like, why could I not have that? And then when I asked that question, why, like, everything just kind of opened up to me, and I was like, oh my God, I have just like automatically accepted this idea that wealth and abundance and the mansion and the freedom lifestyle was just never possible for me. That's because it was never possible for my parents. My parents thought that we're supposed to struggle, work hard, save every penny, get the house, get married, have kids. Like, that was the life that, to them, that was the dream life. And I totally get it. But because that was their beliefs, I adopted the beliefs. I never questioned it. So I was living out that life. You gotta question why. Why are you living the situations that you're living right now? Why are you staying at this job that you have right now? Why are you living in the house that you are in right now? Why? Like, why are you less deserving? And the truth is, like, none of you are less deserving. Like, we are all equally God's children, God's creation, and we all been blessed with amazing things like imagination, our thoughts, just like having a mind, having your brain power. It's what's gonna create all the wealth, all the abundance that you ever want, right? Like, the only difference between someone like Elon Musk or whoever, like I'm not good with technology, but people who, is it like Steve Jobs? Okay, guys, like, don't blame me because I don't follow up with this. Like, whoever created the iPhone is what I'm trying to say. Whoever created the iPhone, he used his intelligence, his creativity, his imagination, which we all have that. Like, everything that you see, the car that I'm sitting in, the car keys that I have, every single thing that you see and hold in your physical hands, like including a water bottle, was first imagined. It was a thought first in someone else's mind, and they thought about it, and they thought about how amazing and how much it's gonna benefit people, how convenient it would be to have an iPhone. And then they have this idea, and then they took action. They created the iPhone out of an abstract idea in the mind into physical reality. And that's how you create things. That's how you create your reality. You gotta think beyond what society or others have taught you need to think, right? You got to think independently, and that's how you break out of the prison. That's how you break out of the limits and all of the patterns that you've been pretty much conditioned to live in. So all I'm saying is think. All I'm saying is ask questions and stop just being like so blindly accepting everything that comes into your mind and just accept that to be true. Like start asking why. Be like a little kid again that's just asking, why is that mom? Why is that dad? Why is this happening? Why? Like just ask that question. And when you ask the question, your brain will go into work and it's gonna think of all these answers, and you're gonna start to see life and through a different lens. And that's when new doors will open, right? Like every single day we're going through this repetitive pattern, the same way of thinking, the same way of feeling, the same way of acting, the same results. Like that's why you keep creating the same results, right? So you gotta break out the pattern. You gotta break out the really understand the lies that you've been taught growing up. None of that is true. It's really time now, guys, for us to stop identifying who we are based on the things we achieve, based on the money we get, based on the relationship that you have. Like you are not the things. You are not the conditions. Like 5-year-old Miko was still Miko when my body was like this physical body. Like 5-year-old Miko, it looks nothing like this, right? But like the truth of who you are is that essence, that being, that awareness, that pure consciousness that's in you. It's that spirit side of you, right? Like really start to think so much bigger. Like stop living in your smallness. Because let me tell you one thing that I can know for sure. If you continue to live this way, if you continue to stuck in the smallness, continue to be so limited, thinking that you don't have what it takes to live the life that you want, believing that you truly are less capable, believing that others are destined for greatness while you're not, like all of that are bullshit, okay? Throw that away. That's not true. Like we are all the same. It's just some of us are using our God-given imagination and some haven't using the gifts. Like all the gifts are buried inside until the day they die, and then they regret that. So one thing I can tell you for sure is if you continue to live this way, I'm seeing that in my parents, and it's so heartbreaking, but I mean, at this point, like all I can do is to fully live my life to inspire them and to really show them what's possible. But anyways, what I can know for sure is that as you grow older and older as time passes and longer, you will eventually, if not now, eventually you will get to this place where you feel like something massive is missing in my life. You can have the job, you can have the money, you can have the relationship, you can have the family, but something is missing. Something feels like there has got to be more. That's your soul that's been repressed for so long. It's been shoved down all the way down there that something is missing. Your soul is missing. And then when you eventually get to the point when you feel that void, if you don't know how to get out of that, if you don't know how to reconnect back to your soul, you're gonna start numbing yourself with all kinds of distractions, things like looking at iPad all day, watching Netflix all day, watching YouTube all day. You may drink, you may fall into depression, you may totally go out of shape. You know, one of the biggest things that I start to see is that like our physical body, it's a direct reflection to how we're feeling inside, right? Like if you're not feeling good, if you don't have a good connection with your spirit, you're not gonna take care of your physical body. Like you're just not. So like all kinds of stuff, I can guarantee you it's gonna happen. So are you gonna wait until 20 years from now, you're gonna keep living this way, keep unfulfilled, just not happy every day? Or are you gonna finally decide like this has got to stop? Like everything that Miko is saying is resonating with my soul in a deeper level. Like I'm waking up the soul within you, right? Like your soul is dying to come back, like to be alive. And that's why like I walk around and I see so many people are just like, they look dead. They really look dead. They are like zombies walking around. No expression, no happiness in their face, like no joy in their expression, no light in their eyes. Like they're just walking around like zombies. That's because they are just this physical body dragging themselves up every single day, and the spirit, it's like long repressed deep within them. So if whatever I'm saying is like kind of waking up your soul, and you feel like you're ready to make a change, right? Like you can listen to me talk all freaking day long, but if you don't do anything differently, nothing's gonna change, right? So I encourage you guys to make at least one committed decision, whatever it's calling to you. How are you gonna reconnect back to your soul 1% more today? One thing, one easy way is just put your phone away for like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. You don't need to connect to social media all day. That's you continuously plugging into the lies they're telling you, plugging into the ideas that you're not good enough unless you look like Kim Kardashian. You're not good enough unless you have the Nike shoes. You're not good enough unless you are a celebrity, right? That's what social media is feeding you. Unless you're watching things like my live stream, right? So, but even for me, like you don't need me, right? You know everything within you, but you just gotta give yourself that space, the time to really connect to the truth. Like you cannot do that when you're constantly being bombarded by like outside lies. So give yourself the grace to disconnect from the news, disconnect from everything that's happening right now, because everything that's already happening is old news. You are creating a new future. You're creating a new path, and you do that with your thoughts and your creativity and your imagination. If you're constantly looking at what is, you're just gonna regurgitate more of what is. All right, guys. So I think that's all I want to share today. I think I've shared enough. Let me see what are you guys talking about. Daryl, good comments. Stephanie, hi, good to see you guys. All right. Okay, so if you guys have any question at all, like between now and 4 p.m. PST when I come back on for Ask Miko anything, if anything shows up, if you have any questions, come back. Let me know first of all how it go connecting with you, right? And then come back with all your questions and let's have some fun. Let's really connect with your soul and start living the life that you desire, because you totally deserve that. All right, guys, I'm sending so much love from my heart to you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.